Hello, hello, Hidden Hermit here. How's it going? It's been one whole month since I've last done a random reading, which I'm really sorry about. What can I say? Pisces season makes me procrastinate even more. I'm a spring baby, so you know, all this watery stuff at the end of winter just doesn't really vibe well with me. What can I say? So let's just crack on. We're doing a random reading, so let's find out who this reading is for. Well, that doesn't really help now, does it? Sagittarius and Aquarius. Should we put Sagittarius over here? So Sagittarius Sun, Aquarius Moon. Is this reading for you? Well, obviously you can't answer that straight away because I can't hear you. But here we go. So Aquarius Moon, Sagittarius Sun. Let's see what's in store for you. Normal 5-card reading. Today I am using the Ostara Tarot, which is a rather pretty deck. Look at this. 4 artists. Here's the wee book. 4 artists from Canada, I believe, came together and did this it's a very pretty, obviously it's called the Ostara Tarot, so it's clearly spring related, and we got the spring coming up in mere days, end of this week in fact. It's probably worth mentioning that it is the 18th of March today. The sun is at 26 degrees Pisces. The moon is at 8 degrees Leo, which is my natal moon position. So that's probably why I'm suddenly giving myself a little kick up the backside to get this done. This Ostara Tarot, who I've yet to name, has been cleansed and shuffled off camera, but I'm just going to give it a wee shufty here just so that you know I'm not scripting this, because I don't script things. So let's see what's in store for Sagittarius Sun, Aquarius Moon. A very forward-thinking combination you got there. Very altruistic, I would imagine. Got a lot of big ideas on your minds, I would imagine. Yeah, okay, let's just get down to it, shall we? So here we go. We'll cut this deck 3 times. Boom, boom, boom. And we'll just get... Ooh, that's interesting. I wonder what those cards are. That doesn't feel right, so I'm just going to give it one more shuffle. In the meantime, how are you? How's this? If you're in the UK, it's been really cold and windy, that's a word, windy recently. If you're not in the UK, I'm sure you're getting on just fine. Are you looking forward to the spring? Because I sure am. That'll do, I think. So let's do this. Okay, Sagittarius Sun. What is going through your heart and mind at the moment? Here is a situation that you are currently facing or will be facing really, really soon. This is energies leading up to this situation. These are energies surrounding the situation as is, and these 2 cards do have a very strong dialogue. And over here we have a potential outcome if you change nothing, or energies just surrounding that future vibe. Now, I have to say, I've been working with this deck for the month of March. I wouldn't say I'm anywhere near 100% connected with it, but I thought I'd give it a wee little spin. In the meantime, you can look at the backs there. I really like that. Some sort of bird skull with stuff growing out of it. Nice rebirth, spring vibe with that. I like it. Anyway, I've wasted 3.5 minutes just chatting nonsense, so let's go through what's going through your heart and mind at the moment, Sagittarius Sun. Ooh, look at that, it's the Ten of Pentacles. So you're in a place of you're in a good place at the moment, I would have thought. So the Ten of Pentacles tells us things about I'm going to give you a really good close look at these cards because the art is really stunning. So what's going on here? We got some kids that are hugging a massive octopus, while your 10 coins are just sort of floating around. That's interesting, isn't it? I mean, obviously you get that vibe if you think about the Waite Smith image of that sort of patriarchal guy sitting down looking across all the wealth that he's accumulated over his life, and you know, you got that kind of sort of satisfaction going on. So perhaps you're feeling pretty good at the moment. Perhaps you're looking at the year past, perhaps, and you're in quite a contented place. You feel like you've achieved things recently, perhaps. But as you know, Sagittarians and Aquarians don't like standing still for too long, especially that Sagittarian vibe. So let's see what's going on. So This is what's a situation that's potentially you're facing at the moment, or will be facing pretty soon, is the Lovers. Well, that's nice, isn't it? A little bit of a Gemini vibe coming at us, a nice and this is a really vibrant card. I did get this the other. You got a fiery kind of vibe to it. All these candles going on here. You've got sort of a passionate embrace. I'm sure they're doing the tango. I don't know. But yeah, the Lovers, it tells us about soul connections, partnerships, not necessarily of a romantic bent. It could well, you know, we've already got a pentacle vibe going on here, so it could be work, it could be somebody or something in your immediate environment that you've got a very strong connection to. You've got a very strong connection and a bond in a way. It's a reciprocal thing. It's almost symbiotic, if you like. So I don't know. You're going to know, and obviously these random readings, they are, you know, you don't have my consent, but you're probably going to have a much better idea of what's going on in your life at the moment. Sagittarius Sun, Aquarius Moon. So this is a pretty good situation. So let's open this situation up and see what's going on. So energies leading up to the situation is, ooh, the Knight of Wands. How weird. This is the card I pulled for myself this morning. This is a very cool Knight of Wands as well. I described him as a Renaissance Superman with the beam coming out of his eyes with a unicorn boar as a pal. But the Knight of Wands tends to, like, you know, he needs to slow down, he needs to calm down, and this is interesting because this is coming up here, and the Knight of Wands also, there's a bit of a, well, let's think about this. There's a very Sagittarian vibe to this, very Sagittarian, that rules the first and the middle decans of the Sagittarian part of the sky, if you like. So I think that's going to be very informative of this reading we're doing for Sagittarius. Let me think about that. And also the Ten of Pentacles. So that's more of a Virgo vibe. And you got a Virgo vibe with that as well. So a sense of balance, a sense of keeping things in order. And so far this is pretty good. But yeah, the Knight of Wands, he tends to need to just calm down a little bit. And this is, of course, past energies. So perhaps all this movement, all this action has led to this contentment and this understanding that you've got... an understanding. I do come up with some amazing words sometimes, don't I? But that's interesting. Contextually, let's find out what's going on. So far, this reading is really positive, I would say. Well, you know, I may have spoken too soon. So energy surrounding this situation as is, you know, whether it's about to present itself very soon or it is presented itself to you already, is... Ooh, look at this. It's the Sun. So this gets better and better, isn't it? And... how significant have we got the two majors here? Let me get a closer look at this Sun card. You kind of got a bit more of a superhero vibe going on. This is really interesting. You got this image of almost a fairy being, a dark-skinned fairy being, feminine as well, which is very interesting. It has this staff that's very, very bright. Now, so the Sun is, you know, the Sun's probably the most positive card in the whole tarot deck. It's all about letting your personal power just shine through. So so far this is extremely good. So I don't know, not only are you feeling pretty content about yourself, Sagittarius, but it feels like you've accomplished quite a lot. You've gained quite a lot of understanding. There's been a lot of virtuous movement in the direction that you wanted to go in, and well, could it get any more positive? Let's just crack this open and get the full context, shall we? So this is the energies surrounding the future of the situation, a possible outcome if you don't change anything, and it is the Chariot. Wow, that's just amazing. So we've got three majors. What are the odds? I'll work them out at some point later. But the Chariot is that, I like to think of it as things being kept into balance. And again, a very strong sense of movement. We've got movement here. And indeed, even this image on this Lovers card suggests some sort of movement. But movement with a bond going on. Wow, very positive reading. Where have all the bad cards gone? Please don't leave comments about there are no bad cards, because that's a conversation for another time. So yeah, the Chariot, I kind of get this vibe. Interesting muted colours on here as well. Very interesting. You've got these two knights that are, ooh, a bit of a knight theme, that are facing away from each other. And I always kind of suggest that not only does the Chariot embody that idea of movement, that movement in a particular direction, because the Charioteer is keeping things in balance. He may be pulled in two different directions, but he's doing a really good job of keeping them on the straight and narrow. So considering you've got past and future idea of movement, I don't know, it just seems really good, Sagittarius. Are you really feeling it at the moment? Are you this idea of contentment? You've had movement to get to contentment. You've got this really strong understanding about, I would imagine it's about somebody else or something else in your life that you've had to bond with in a very particular way. And this movement's going to continue. It's going to, I mean, the Sun to the Chariot, you get this idea that not only you're feeling really good about yourself, you're really allowing yourself to really shine through at the moment. But that's going to empower you to move forward in a way that you can handle. And I don't know, readings like this, you kind of want something juicy to come out. but this is really, well, to be fair, this is really juicy, isn't it? These two majors right in the middle here. This dialogue here is incredibly important. So, I don't know, have you been allowed to really be who you are? Really be comfortable in your own skin, and has that allowed you to appreciate a bond with somebody or something else that has served you incredibly well very, very recently to bring this sense of contentment? I don't know, I would love to know. I love hearing about people's stories. So if this is you, Sagittarius Sun, Aquarius Moon, please let me know in the comments what's going on. Are you looking forward to a completion? Is this something that's going to come really, really soon, or are you just happy as Larry at the moment? I don't know. But thank you very much for watching. I am the Hidden Hermit. Take care. See you next time.